The mic is live. We should go start at things.
Start at things.
So this faffing with laptops.
Fair enough. The stream is live. There is now a live mic going. Stoot. That's true. What?
I was the Queen of Night. Very badly.
Excuse me. What the blazes have you done?
Cursive hamsters.
That's more like it.
Mute. Good mute.
Oh, I didn't realise the map had an edge.
Yeah, it does.
First time I've seen it.
Anyway.
So we have to zoom out quite a long way to find Poland.
Yeah. Anyway,
Is Iceland
Squeak.
part of the game?
Yes.
Okay.
It's part of Poland.
It's
Oh
Poland.
no, it's got a word over it. Okay, yeah, fine.
Yeah, Poland is the word.
Right.
You just can't tell.
Are Sibir and Siberian related?
Possibly. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
Anatolia.
Oh, do you want to run a call?
I wondered, yes.
Well, probably not actually.
Is the UK really that big? It looks bigger than France.
This is a Mercator projection, so
Okay.
things get bigger as you get further away
Okay.
from the UK.
Indeed, but even so, I didn't think that was ridiculous.
Yeah, but we are quite a long way away from the equator, particularly up in Scotland.
Yeah, but
With
France is also fairly far away from the equator.
It's not that we're miles from the equator, it's that how far we can go compared to France. It's only just below us. Obviously, there are better projections to use for this game.
There are many projections you could use, and all of them made mistakes.
And indeed, given it has only it has discrete zoom levels, it could probably, at least I think it has discrete zoom levels, it could probably
Swap
actually have carefully
projections.
chosen projections for each zoom level.
Is it?
I was going to say that,
Is there a icosahedron one? That one's wonderful and bizarre.
I was going to say that since it's clearly a modern game with a 3D engine, it could perfectly well just display it on a globe. Yes. Maybe CK2 does.
I was going to say maybe it does funny things with map projections
I
in
do like how
CK3.
the icosahedral one relies on the shape of the continents to do its dissecting things up. That's pretty sweet.
I think it does slightly cheat. It's not an ordinary icosahedron. It's got at least one of the triangles cut in
Yes,
half.
1% half, it's true.
Anyway,
That's pretty well.
Squack. Have people joined the Stoat yet? And should I do a
In fact,
do a
since I
previously?
had closed the window in which I was running the stream monitor, I can't reliably see how many people are there, so I'm mostly waiting.
Well, we
for
could
chairs
ask
to
them.
pop up
Anybody
again.
there watching us yet?
Hello. Because I'm waiting to do the previously.
Right, well, it's good night from me, and it's good night to anyone on the stream if they can hear it. Good night.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Ben could assume the stream position. Assuming you want to.
I think I can sit here for a moment. I'll probably.
Fair enough.
I mean, until you actually start doing things,
It's true.
at least more audible here when I insist that you missed out something terribly important in your summary.
It's true.
Not that I can remember very much. Pink Beast says sausage, which may or may not be the
I think
statement
that probably means that that things are ready.
Sausage.
Sausage.
Oh yes, because that's the title of the stream, of course.
Yes.
Good.
What about Claire?
No sign of her yet.
Okay, no signs of Claire.
Perhaps we should start with adverts that are skippable. We could sit here and enthuse about cherry bakewells. Buy Mr. Kipling cherry bakewells. They're jolly good.
I have to work out what YouTube's rules are.
So, yes.
Do I now have to add a contains paid? No, we haven't been paid by them. That's
Yes.
why.
No.
Should I tell Big Beef what sausage stands for?
It's up to you.
Well, which are you going to tell him? The correct
The
thing
original
or
one.
do you mean the original? You mean James's guess rather than the correct answer?
No, the correct answer.
Right. Okay. Good.
Anyway, since it's getting on for 11, I'm going to start the previously anyway. I'm going to, otherwise we're not going to get anything done. So, we are about bit less than 40 years from the end of the game. As you can see, Poland is now even larger than it was last night, on account of the fact that, as well as getting some more bits in Central Europe, I've also got some bits over in what was France and the Low Countries, and indeed Italy, and a small bit of Spain, because, you know, I thought it was lonely. This is by going to war with the King of Austrasia. As a result of going to war with the King of Austrasia, and I went to war because my predecessor had died, and briefly not everyone was in a defensive pact and hating my guts. However, this has changed, and as you can see, I'm now 100% threatening, which means I can't go to war for approximately the next billion years. What instead I have started doing, and I'll start time ticking again, is doing fun things like looking at the great works that I own. So I'm upgrading Marcotrode's Folly several generations ago to be a level 4 monument to everything. People are leaving the defensive pact, so maybe I can contemplate going to war, but not, and this is important, until my threat is below at least 95%, and preferably below 75%, because otherwise everyone tends to join in the defensive pacts, and that's a bit of a problem. And clearly I've got a problem with some lollards in my kingdom, so let's check out my factions. My factions are... Yes, this is the big and worrying one with 60%, and I've already got the Viceroy of Estonia being worked on and the Lord Mayor of Chur being worked on, which will probably help squash that a bit. Yes, as well as my own great work, I've also inherited a great work that I don't know how many times great-grandfather built, which was the cathedral in Köln, and is now Lucifer's workshop, which is a place of comfort for iconoclast followers. Whoops. But still...
Obviously you should arrange that the Bishop of Cologne is replaced by a good Cathar, and improves the moral authority of Catharism.
Jacob, what is Tretochock? I've heard of it before, but what is it?
Right.
Assuming he's listening.
Now,
I think that's where you got the respect.
Damn it, I've got a new king of Lithuania, newest king of Lithuania, and I'm going to have to deal with my duchy problem, because I do have too many held duchies. And two, I'm trying to fix some of the religious differences problems, which is a bit better. Right. Although the one I just looked at is a true believer, and so won't change his faith. I do now have the private conversation thing, so I think I can converse with leaders of revolts and stuff, and interesting things may happen. What does it mean?
Jacob is an Allison's name for what happens if you get the Cavendish coffee machine to give you hot choc and espresso choc.
I wouldn't know about that. I've never actually been in the hardly ever been in the Cavendish.
Sorry, Claren. No, what? Yeah, Claren Allison. That makes more sense.
Yes.
Why would Jacob be in the Cavendish?
Part 1A?
No, it's Claire. I just misread.
Good. Alright, yes, well, there's going to have to be an amount of vassal fettling.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Kind of the obvious thing to do if you're doing 1A computer science, at least in our era.
So, what is your current? Do I have?
You really need to take them up to 37, which is kind of awkward. I think it's 37.
I thought it was 36.
I could be wrong.
Let's see. Oh, 36.
Wrong.
Oh, that's a bit trickier, but that's going to fix itself in a little bit.
I did part 1A maths in 1A.
I
And some
didn't.
part 1B maths as well, because that was how it was at the time. Stupid era.
I didn't actually have part 1A and 1B. Yeah, but I'm checking whether he's a true believer, in which case there's no point in trying to persuade him to like me more.
Yes, the previous emperor had lots of traits that made him lovable, so his vassals did tend to have very high opinions of him. This one, he has a short reign penalty and not nearly such good traits.
It's true. I mean, he was the best that we could
find,
manage.
but this was partly because bloody Cycleard was
So fantastic.
what's it? Not the word. Celibate.
Yes.
So he didn't pass his genius on to anyone.
He had one kid who turned out to be, I think was an imbecile, so, that worked well.
So yes.
And then he became celibate.
Must have to go tracking down half-decent carlings from across Europe to invite in.
Yes. Well, yes.
Yeah, that's approximately until the end of history as we know it.
Yes. Well, I mean, I might get down to a point where I can do something fun, or might get to the point where I can go to war on the Byzantine Empire, because they'll probably leave a pact fairly early. So,
in the pact,
it's an interesting question.
No, there are defensive pacts against the Byzantine Empire,
But
the
they're
Byzantine Empire is actually bigger than you.
No, it's not.
Okay. And that's before you've got your vassals into the same.
Yes. So, anyway, right. I have 3 duchies,
Which is one duchy more than
I want, which is why one reason everyone is pissed off with me. So,
duchies are not really very useful.
That's true. So, what have I got duchies of? Prussia, Pomerania, Pest. Well, let's zip over to Pest. Let's zoom in a bit. I'm going to see who the relevant dukes are and see if there's vassals are. And see if either of them like me.
So one of them is
The King of Austrasia.
Oh right, yes, okay. Yes, the guy you brought in to be the new King
of Austrasia.
So obviously he loves you.
Yes.
Even though he would like the Duchy of Pest to be underneath him.
Yes, but that's fine. I think we can arrange that.
The other guy, oh yes, you put him in there in order to get him the Duchy of Nitria. Or rather, because he was claiming to the Duchy of Nitria.
Yeah. Right, so I think we have an obvious claim to give the Duchy. Let's give him the Duchy of Pest.
And then let him work out if he wants to.
Yeah, because he's got the County of Pest, so let's give him the landed title. Duchy of Pest. Right. That will, at a stroke, remove those penalties. So, we can probably also sort some things out by putting some viceroys into some kingdoms.
So, yes, though since so the kingdoms you've got available was Sweden and Ireland.
Yep.
So not anything not in particular Lithuania or Estonia, which are the ones you really want to get successors into.
Indeed.
But didn't you have a successor kicking around? Did Oakbird ever get a outbird?
So he's still
because he was kind of another one who looked plausible, and indeed is currently your nominal successor.
Yes.
So you could, for instance, grant him Nordland in
Nordland.
Sweden.
Yeah.
Which kind of vaguely go together, even if Nordland isn't technically in Sweden. Using
Let's
Lapland.
grant him a landed title. Nordland. Send. Let's check his capital. And
Then it becomes his problem too. Oh yes.
oh, there was a
Yes,
good reason not to do
why we
that.
shouldn't have done that.
Yep.
Stoats.
We're Stoats. We're
So-
Stoats. We're
so-
Stoats.
Oh well, wait for him to turn.
Turn into a thing. Anyway, let's.
He's Cathar at least, which means he does have to sort other things out. But
Yes, that's fine. So I'm just going to see if there's anyone in Ireland that I want to give the kingship to.
I mean, his major reason for not liking you is that he has a claim on the Kingdom of Ireland.
Yeah, so let's give him a viceroyalty of Ireland. Right, there we go.
I suspect that probably did something awkward to your number of troops available until the next recalculation.
Yes. Ah. Yes, it's given him lots of troops because it turns out he was in the this
Oh,
thing.
right, it's cheered him up, but given him a load
The
of troops.
troops. Right, let's oblige the vassal to not form troops. Some people are leaving the defensive pact. That's nice. I mean, admittedly, it's almost certainly people I don't want to go to war with. But that's a promising sign. It has caused the elective succession in Ireland lot to be Damn it, you're going to have to stay there, and I'm going to have to... Right, excellent. So, now... Council. Spymaster. Off you go. Ski
Yes, levy
Ulster.
calculation is only updated at the start of the month. So the levies you can get may take a little while to sort out, and yes, if Ireland is on the wrong side of something.
Not anymore.
Yes.
Oh well, I'm just going to have to wait and fish my Spymaster out in like 6 months' time. Right, so that's all looking a lot better. What's my... Aha! Right.
Start of July now. So if you were to wish to do things to the Byzantine Empire, and you only have a weak claim against it, so it might take a bit of effort to get. Okay, you've got a claimant for the Holy Roman Empire
And
for
for
the Empire of
Francia. I seem to remember that the Holy Roman Empire is absolutely balls to the wall, terrifying, and I shouldn't get involved. Let's have a look at Francia once we work our way up the leash tree. Now, Francia is not currently in defensive pact against me. It's got no vassals.
So
No
the slight
pacts,
problem is I don't think you've got any counties to give to the claimant. But,
I've got a barony. Would that do?
For a claimant, yes, because they only have to be landed within your realm.
It's not.
Or actually, I think possibly both of the claimants were carlings, which I think means they don't even have to be landed. I don't think we've ever tested that rule.
And the Holy Roman Empire is also suddenly looking...
I mean, that's not squishable yet, but maybe once you've taken Francia.
Yes.
David asks what year it is.
It's in the top right corner, it's 1416.
Is it? I
Yes.
can't see. Oh,
So
it's
2nd of July 1416.
a very small thing. Okay, yes.
So,
So there's lots of text that size, so if you can't read that, then you can't read most of the text on the
I
screen.
did, I can't remember this thing. Well, now that you told me what it says, I can see it says 2nd of July 1, Portal Rule.
right, so, Francia, you say. Which, let's just double check. It's got a revolt, so that's why I can go up against it. Right, well.
He says this is super odd because EU3 starts in 1399. Presumably that's just the earliest start date. But
Oh, hang on. So, yeah, so I've got over 95% threat. That shouldn't be a problem.
no, I mean you'll just cap at 100% again.
Yeah.
if you win.
Oh no, they'll defend other defensive pacts from me, but that's fine. I don't have a religious head, so that's...
Yes, you have no religious head and no holy orders.
So, right, let's declare war on Francia. I'm sure this can't possibly go wrong. Claim Francia on behalf of Cycleard Carling. Right.
So,
What are EU and Vicky?
Europa Universalis, which is the game set after CK2 in the same series.
Yeah, anyway.
And that's not CK3.
No. Anyway.
CK3 is the later one in time of game release, rather than type period of history represented.
Yes, anyway.
And Victoria is the next one after that.
Yes, so anyway. Right. I've got a higher title and I'm of the same dynasty as Cycleard Carling, so then Cycleard will become a vassal.
Yes, you should probably just check that Cycleard really is a Carling. Does it actually? It doesn't. As in that is there aren't two Carling families or anything really embarrassing like that. But I assume not. I mean, you can click on him and check he gets a blood drop.
Well, I can start the war, then I can
Yeah.
click on him because
Yeah,
I can
you've
always
got
give him.
baronies.
I've got a barony. I've got a
Right.
spare barony.
Well,
Let's
Good
turn down
luck.
time. Yes.
I mean, taking Austrasia looked fairly exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, he's got a blood drop, so I think this is safe.
I think this is safe
We've never
too.
tried this rule before.
We've never tried
And
this
you
rule
know,
before.
mostly when we run into a new rule, we cock it up somehow.
Oh yes. Right. So. Right. Oh, sod it. Right.
I think you hit the big raise
I
all
just-
my sobbing armies.
I just you're right. Let's hit the big buttons that are like.
And probably also and those 1,500 troops that came with the castle.
It's
with
true.
the statue.
I might as well get those going because they're cheap.
So David, is CK3 this era again, just the next game or something then? Hooray!
You're going to try to have conversations like that, and they have to find the super low latency button.
We are still paused.
Yes, you have had a war this size before.
I have had a giant war against someone.
Was there one early in the days of the Holy Roman Empire when that wasn't very intense?
It was sort of middling. Anyway, let's grab you lot and assemble you here. Oh, I've got 15,000 over there. Okay, well that's a lot in it. So, you lot. I mean, I do have a slight fundamental problem, which is Francia is a bloody long way away.
But that has the advantage that you can get your armies together before the
It's
Frankian
true.
armies. I think actually that magic that it uses is French armies reach you.
It's true, so that can take like 9 things. So, right. Get on ship. Ship over there. Get over there. Get over there. Raise ship. Then do a bit of vassal fettling there. Let's check we don't have any troops up in extremely northwest Poland. Right, no, I don't want to raise the army, I want to raise the damn ships. Right, okay, that will take approximately 1 million troops.
Yes, we do seem to have an accidental insane oversupply of shipping.
It's true, we do. You lot can walk into that county in order to be picked up. Right. Okay.
You've got a convenient North Sea port on the continent. That's nice.
I do have a convenient North Sea port on the continent now, isn't that nice? And we don't have anything down here, do we? That we need. Right, okay, let's go. Maybe we should check that there's someone in charge of there. Oh, hang on, you're the claimant. I think. Right, no. No.
Maybe dismiss him from being a commander.
It's true, let's temporarily dismiss him from being a commander because accidentally killing your claimant is really... hang on, let's do this the sensible way. Because this guarantees that I am, in fact, dismissing the right person.
You might ask... Have you tried asking him to convert? Because it would be very helpful if you had the correct religion.
Right, anyway, yes I have. I have now anyway. Right, so, commanders, you say. Commanders. Yep. You, it's time to dismiss. In favour of, not military, it's that tab.
I think you can dismiss them more directly than that.
Viceroy of Ireland.
There's a button somewhere. Oh, yes, indeed.
Yes. So now I've got one. So is it tough? Yeah, so right, I think that's pretty much optimal. Right. Let's load you onto a ship.
Verity did get the appoint your horse as Chancellor event, but possibly due to not having the correct set of DLCs, it didn't actually turn up as a character.
Yeah, it was slightly disappointing. Aha, excellent. We are besieging somewhere. Jolly good. Excellent. So, you not embark. And then hang on, I actually want to go to the port.
That will unload everyone again.
I know.
They get a brief bit of shore leave to cheer them up.
They get a brief bit of shore leave to cheer them up.
What?
I've inherited some random barony in the middle of absolutely bloody nowhere. Right, where is it? Right, excellent. I've got a barony in, like, modern day Israel or possibly Lebanon.
Okay.
But anyway, East Mediterranean.
Oh, it's a sea barony.
Thank you.
Yes. I think we've mentioned the Incan DLC for EU4. There's a similar CK2 Aztecs arrive. Aztec invasion
The Aztecs invade Europe.
DLC, yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we have screwed history quite badly at
The
this point.
Aztecs.
Oh, yes.
14th, 15th century.
Well, possibly they turn up a bit early.
Okay.
I mean, that's when we went and invaded them.
Oh, that's true.
You know, if you started the game at 700, 769 or whatever it is,
Yeah.
quite a lot can happen between then.
It's true.
Can you build a spaceship?
No, because... oh, that's actually a good reminder. Let's go and look at what my tech can do. Like... Right, let's improve my melee techniques. I'm sure they'll come in handy for something.
You don't need more shipbuilding.
I do not need more shipbuilding. Can't afford more construction. I can afford popular customs, but really I don't. I need to save for noble customs.
Or tolerant.
Right, let's ask politely for vassal not to form factions, and then I will send my chancellor, my spy master off to do some things. Right. Oh, damn it. Right, anyway.
I mean, he wasn't forming a faction.
He wasn't forming a faction anyway. But, well, by the time my spy master, I can't even relieve him for the ages.
Yeah, you.
Right, let's.
Okay.
Wow.
So you probably don't want to join all three of them.
I don't want to join all three of them together. But I will, however, join that lot together. Right. How are we doing? Are you going anywhere? No, you're not going anywhere. You should go somewhere. Right. Glue. Embark. Come round to here. There's a bat. Stop, that's very irritating. It's making the screen judder. And I can't see that well anyway. Oh, you're in a different county. Glue, march you into the right county. Desperately try and see if there's anyone French anywhere within 1,000,000 miles. Signs point to no. Well, they are quite near to one of my bits of... Yeah, I won't necessarily finish it tonight. I won't try and finish it tonight.
Join those two together.
Yeah, I can join those two. Glue. Glue.
Okay, maybe you need to zoom in and work out how you select multiple arms other than my dragon.
Well, let's just embark some armies.
Probably switch back to realms view, you'll never know where you're going.
Yes.
I think that lot wants to go to Netherlands and unload. Or do you want to, or is it better to wade ashore in Brittany and save the walk over land?
I think it's quicker just to go to Brittany and march ashore. Yeah, do.
There's an army of 9 French troops.
Yeah. It's true, it's true.
I've got 15 pieces of work to do. No, that's not true. 17 pieces of work to
Hang
do.
on, how much? So I can't quite take you, so you should go off to West Poland, as it is officially now known.
Now what's that striky banner? You know, there are a couple of armies whose banner. Oh, I wasn't actually meaning that one. So that's a Frisian revolt, among other things. That one, yes.
That's the Austrasian revolt.
Right, revolting against presumably the King of Australia, who you recently appointed. He's probably having just as much fun as you do tend to when you suddenly take over the kingdom.
It's true.
So, Manachar's succession was surprisingly
straightforward.
Yes.
Right, I'm going to trust my wife, if only because, you know, children are useful. Right, so I need to be a bit careful of this French revolt army.
They shouldn't have much cause to attack you.
Indeed, they want to attack France.
They might possibly want to besiege places back that you've taken. But
Yes. That's fine, I can try moving away from the revolt army. Right, so you lot, I think, should come over here and join up with that lot. Apply army glue, re-embark you, go over here to embark that lot, and then that will conclude the incredibly faffy preparation phase, and then get them to say,
your other fleet has arrived off Britain.
brilliant, excellent. So I think we can just get them all to go there. The supply limit is fine. Apply army glue, embark army, send to Poland. Right, you lot. I think can we march you down to
Well, the nearer bits of you could start at the north end of Francia. You've got a 2,000 army sitting nearby already.
That's true, I can. Let's put someone in charge of that. Let's just check that I've got someone in charge of that army. Got someone in charge of that army. Got someone in charge of that army. And when this lot come ashore, I'll group them together and put in whoever's in like 4th place in charge of that army. Pause. Right, you actually no 5th place because I'm going to put you there. And let's actually send you all the way over there. My problem almost is here now that I'm starting to get quite large armies.
Yes.
Come on, get out. Sorry. Okay, actually, go up to you. Possibly not me. Actually,
And you're not the claimant.
I'm not the claimant at least, but I don't really want to
But
deal
being
with
captured
success.
would still be embarrassing.
Yes. So, glue you lot together.
Technically, CK2 does have an auto-assigned commanders.
It does, but I don't necessarily believe it.
People into commanders and sorry, I'm commenting on what David said, but you don't have the faintest idea what it is.
Quite.
It's basically about EU3's Victoria's approach of producing leaders automatically in the armies. Yes, there's a mechanism for automatically appointing people to the post of commander, but and indeed for generally giving commanders to armies, but it's all bit. It's not all. It doesn't always do what you even slightly what you wanted. In particular, the having to put in someone who has flank commander trait in the centre.
Which is bizarrely inexplicable, and we still don't really explic it. So, is anywhere with all these nice big armies, anywhere we can actually assault?
Well, that's technically assaultable, except your army
That's
is
small.
big enough.
That's too small an army.
So we'll get in there eventually.
It's true.
I mean, I think this is a thing to be done slowly and
have arrived. So you guys are going to come down here into that county.
Oh, there appears to be an army raised in Brittany. It held 118 people.
Oh, bless.
And surely you have ships sitting off.
The Brittany
Ross
coast.
off.
Speaking of which, let's send those guys over there. Let's dismiss some ships on account of the fact that I'll just walk them to the nearest bit of Poland.
If all has gone well,
If
that
the
won't be very far away from anywhere in Europe.
yes, well, if the war's gone well, I won't have to walk them anywhere. If the war has gone less well, then God's sake, get out of the way. Bloody popping tooltip.
There's only one.
Oh, is there
Oh,
only one
there
army
anyway.
there? Oh, okay.
There always was. You might have to switch back to central view.
Right. Whoops, I shouldn't have lost piety. I forgot I wasn't my predecessor. I don't see why is the supply limit so terrible, but that explains a lot. I will, however, repair marker troops fully. Okay, so we're still in credit there. Let's zoom out on level so that I can see some of the things that are happening. Like, I can dismiss those ships now. Woohoo! I've got 7% war score. Excellent.
Start.
I wonder where that was. So, what's the supply limit in that county? Let's march you lot in there and get you up to a number where you can be counted. Right. Excellent. Glue. Send over here. Glue.
Getting close to the point where all the armies are actually in the right places.
Yeah, pretty close.
Is that 3.5% attrition just due to being out of supply? No, it's due to being oversupplied. Yes, oversupply limit. So that you probably don't want to hang around in a county where you're over the supply limit because it gets bad. Right. I mean, it's not very bad at the moment.
It's okay because I'm quite close to the supply limit.
Yes, I
So,
suppose so.
you know,
You can just pin that on down
it'll-
to 4,000 and then stop.
Yeah.
Hypercourse at Lucifer's Workshop have been limited.
That's nice. I think that means that we're less likely to suffer from plague there. Oh look, everyone's drawing the defensive pact against me.
Someone's busy you somewhere then. There was. Oh, there's a spare army.
There's a spare army. Let's bring it to say hello. I'll dismiss those. It's easier than trying to get them in.
Those are the troops of the future Emperor of... Oh no, not the future Emperor of Francia, the current... No, what? Oh no, that's the potential future Emperor of Poland, who we accidentally assigned an unhelpful county to.
Well, let's just say, if I'm being besieged somewhere, I have literally no idea where it is. It's probably some bloody trade post somewhere, I have no idea where.
Oh yes, it sounded like a French name, so maybe they are indeed Yeah, there, southwest corner of Britain. South corner of Britain.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I plan to basically, if I can assault these holdings, I will assault these holdings, and then I'm going to go and squash that army.
Of course, holding multiple empires is delicate because
Indeed, but it does mean that if
Actually,
if all else fails, I should at least inherit one of them.
yeah, but actually one approach might be you want to check whether this will cause
I have a son.
unhappiness, but you might actually just be able to destroy the Empire of Francia.
Well, we'll see. Once I
People don't like you. Apparently, don't like you destroying their de jure liege. But it may be that the Empire of Francia doesn't have much by their de jure territory.
well, let's improve my stewardship since it's my. Yes, well, we'll find out.
But you may be able to organise things so that Francia and Poland get the same succession for one at least.
Well, I don't have to arrange it for very long. I mean,
Or
so
you just have to live until the end of
I
the
mean,
game.
I'm 26, so it is theoretically possible that I might last till the end of the game. My predecessor was quite long-lived. So were at least some of the market routes. So that's already going nicely stripy for me. Although it's full of big forts. Excellent. 13% more score. 19% more score. Excellent. Right, so
You've lost the trade post
it's
of
not, which has done nothing to the war score. I'm probably going to assault this in a bit. I'm not that worried about army attrition, given that the French don't seem to have any armies to speak of.
Waiting for you to start believing that.
They're asked, when does the game nud?
1453.
Yes. I think that's right. The fall of the Byzantine Empire. So the Byzantine Empire is already in pieces and now but versions out.
Let's see if we can get like 0.1% war score by going and squashing the French
That's what
army.
you told me before anyway, many weeks ago.
Well, mysteriously, the French are still going to be there. Idiots. Well, we've had a battle. That's nice. We're having a battle. Oh, that's got me 1% more score. So, yeah. It could be worse. Right, let's go back and actually finish claiming the whole county. Let's apply army glue to that lot. So, you're besieging somewhere sensible. Yay, camels! I still have camels. I just like to point out, I think the camels are great, if bizarrely inexplicable.
I don't know why the
Queen of Poland.
How the Queen of Poland has camels.
Well, not she's the Queen of Poland anymore, but
King of Poland,
yeah.
Yes. I mean, at least now the King of Poland does actually extend to places that could plausibly have camels, I suppose. So maybe she actually controlled. Maybe that little holding over in the Middle East is actually one that she's had forever.
And had camels in it. Yes, that could well help explain the bizarrely inexplicable camel problem.
It wasn't a problem.
It's not exactly a problem. It was more weird. Right, you're French. You're going to Portois. Where is Portois? That is a very good question. Now where are you going? Dijon.
Suggest you probably just want to ignore that army. It's not going to gain you anything to kill it. It will not hurt you if it runs into you.
Won't I run into maxing out on occupation score?
Yes, but you have to fight. I think you have to fight one large battle
Right.
to get. It's like there has to be one battle that's at least 4% war score.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
Or you just have the war take at least 3 years. And like my expectation is this war is going to take
at
3
least
years.
3 years, yes.
Yes, war score is capped at 99% until the leading side has won one major battle, brackets at least 5% war score contribution. The war has lasted 3 years, or all enemy territory is occupied.
Right.
Now, occupying the entire Empire of Francia
Francia.
is probably going to take more than 3 years.
Yes.
But it would require quite a big army, quite a big battle to get 5% war score.
Yes.
And so, yes, roughly what I said, that 292 is of no value to you and no danger to you. Plus, it's being beaten up by other people.
Yep. 38% war score. Excellent. 44% war score. So, I'll watch where the French revolt is going.
Yes.
But it's probably going to try and avoid me. Well, up to a point.
Yes, I mean, their sensible behaviour is never to get into a fight with you, but possibly to start picking counties out from under your feet, because the ones that you've already conquered, already occupied, are probably softer than unoccupied ones. You must have something wrongly selected there. The world can't be that bad, surely.
Right. Join court. Yes. Okay.
The world is actually completely devoid of good spy masters. Right, next child we find gets trained in spy mastering.
In backstabbing, yes. I do have some that were being trained in backstabbing.
The problem is you've got no one to train them now. Actually, no, you could always send them abroad for
I can
special
if desperate.
backstabbing training.
But then I need to find a cathar, really, because otherwise they're just going to lead a revolt against me or something.
Yeah, yes, there is a slight danger that if you've got a good teacher, they'll switch their religion.
It's true. Ooh, right, I think I've improved him enough. I think I need to improve Ireland a bit. Oh. It's not quite time to stop, but I am going to make rustling noises as of taking pills while I wait for sieges to happen on the grounds that besieging things is only very slightly more exciting than watching paint dry.
You don't get those little noises when you're watching paint dry.
It's true. That's because I can't watch paint dry because my asthma would kill me.
Well, the paint dry used in the bathroom is quite nice. Thinking the bathroom used to be painting.
You suppose that war or something too. Well, I never see that.
Well, whenever I have video conferences, it shows up. Well, video conferences from here, it shows up.
Okay.
But, crucially, when I'm not going to be around, if we can possibly avoid it. Yes. Either that or we should have done it in summer when, I could sit away from here during the day.
You've got stairs, it's fine. Getting to tomorrow, you're watching upstairs.
It's true. Well, he's as good at state intrigue as my current spy master, which is not saying a lot. Oh, but he has turned into a kick-ass commander. Look at that. Right.
Yes. Are you appointed directly, or have you filled all your commander slots?
got a spare slot. Right, well.
The point commander is. Oh, I think he may have buggered off to the court of his wife because she's actually a countess. I think someone else may be appointing him as a commander.
It's
I
true.
expect he will find himself
It's
in the command
fine.
post. Oh no, isn't he the claimant you're trying to
Oh
put
yes,
into a
good point.
command
Well stated. Whoops. State. Well reminded.
The Duke of Lancaster looks pretty solid.
Yeah. It's got some important stuff. So we're at 67% more score, which is pretty decent. Oh bless, French army are trying to get together. Come on, it's the end of the year, right? So now let's. I've got 78% more score. And in the great competition between Stoat and their eye drops, the eye drops have won once again.
I
85.
think you have a peace offer.
I think I have a peace otter.
Surrender under these terms.
Gets the county of right, and accept. Just realised that there was a problem, which is we did this for an empire, so he's now going to become an emperor, which isn't a lesser title. Whoops. Oh well.
Stoat, yes, we didn't read
We
the rules
didn't.
correctly.
We were Stoats.
Well, I said we were going to get it wrong somehow.
It's true.
Actually, it wouldn't have worked anyway. There was no way that was going to work.
No, you're
It was
quite
just
right.
completely impossible for that to
For,
work.
for work, because it always because for an empire it always has to be me that's the claimant.
Yes. Oh well, you've stuck a carling on there. That'll improve your dynastic your overall score.
Dynastic prestige, it's true. Right, Stoats.
That was fun.
That was fun, but somewhat futile. Right, so I'll march everyone back home, disband my armies, and then come back at some point to try and take on the Byzantine Empire, probably.
Except yes, because you've got a claim on the Byzantine Empire. You just need to work out how to activate it.
Plotting to kill the Byzantine Empire would be favourite.
That would be one approach.
Emperor,
yes.
I mean.
Get him to go into hiding, or be replaced with someone female
Or a
underage.
child. Yep.
Except you're not. Last we looked, you weren't really strong enough. Oh no, it was the Holy Roman Empire you couldn't take on. Yes.
Yes.
Byzantine people have a bit soft.
So you lot can be disbanded. You lot can be disbanded. Which will at least cheer up my vassals a little bit.
It occurs to me.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you can get an alliance with Frankie now.
That's a very good point.
You know,
Right,
you
we
must
read
surely
it.
love them.
It's a very good point. Right,
I
Frankia.
have no idea, but it's like.
It's worth a try, because I did put him literally on the throne. Right.
You can't form an alliance because you don't have a non-aggression pact. You don't have a full non-aggression pact either. Versus. He
Oh,
doesn't
no.
currently have
We are allied.
Oh, you're already allied through cultural bonds.
Apparently, yes.
Right, well, in that case, that was totally worthwhile because he's now on your side when you come to invade the Byzantine Empire. I mean, we're not usually much good at this diplomatic rubbish.
It's true.
But,
Although he has just joined the defensive pact against me.
yes. So that means if you invade anyone who is in the defensive pact, you will. Hang on, he's in the defensive pact against you and you're not allied with you.
Yes.
That means if you invade anyone who's I think that might mean that his membership of the defensive pact is essentially pointless, because I think he won't join wars against you since he's allied with you. So I think what it actually means is that if you invade him, which would be a very bad idea given you're allied with him,
Yes.
then the defensive pact will come to his aid. I don't
Yes.
think he will come to anyone else's aid against you, because the alliance will trump the defensive pact.
Yep. Right, yes, special event troops go. Right, we're nearly... Let's just have a quick look at factions and check that nothing terrible has happened while we went to war for Francia. Right.
Still, at least you didn't land him, so you didn't lose any territory.
It's true. That's true. We're no worse off than we were before. So, and we got some prestige for that. What I am just briefly going to check is that they are still a
So you
viable
presumably-
target.
Yes, you presumably don't currently have a useful Casus Belli against him. You have Casus Belli in general, but they're all kind of
Yeah. Wow. That's-
oh yes, his hair looks like being either female or hang on, that's your hair.
That's my hair. Whoops.
Yes, the Basileus' hair.
Basileus. Will you do the fandango? His heir is a
Princess
woman.
Anna, yes.
Right,
I mean,
yes.
that may not technically mean she's heir to the Empire, though. That's who, if he were a player character, would be the next player character. So technically you want that, which is not, sadly,
Yes.
a woman.
Oh well.
I suspect it may be difficult to
Yes, I may
defend
have.
the Byzantine Empire by slaughter.
I may have to wait for there to be a revolt.
It may require more. Yes.
So anyway, I think it's time to save and stop.
Because you can't edge 2 wars against them yourself. Find a strong claimant who isn't you, go to war, and then press your own weak claim because he's at war over the strong claim.
I'd have to dismiss all my troops.
Yes, and I don't think you can go to war twice against them.
No, because then I'd probably be in some weird thing. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop the stream and say good night.